Science Fair. Elvis Romero 1/12/17. Welcome to my experiment. In this experiment, I explain how we are falling rapidly into extinction. Our ocean is suffering from ocean acidification, water pollution, and major marine habitats are being destroyed/damaged from marine life being killed. You will learn how you can help to stop our falling to extinction. Problem or question? I want to know how we can protect our oceans from water pollution or water acidification. My problem is people are wasting a life supply that we need in order to survive. But how can we protect our water supply from wasting? In China, 60 million tons of water pollution is thrown into the water every day. 90% of China's ocean is already polluted. I came up with this idea because ever since I knew how much water we waste and how water is being wasted for pollution, and marine life is a problem. Marine life are being poisoned and choked to death from water pollution. Research. I got my topic from One World, One Ocean. It explains how you can save the ocean. For example, you can you can reduce your use of plastic objects, and it explains how marine life is being killed. For example, common fish are often caught and are drawn back into the ocean, causing major habitat damage. I got my topic from ocean acidification. It shows that global warming is damaging the ocean because there is a process called ocean acidification. What it does, it slowly turns the ocean into acid. Hopefully our planet can be stopped from turning into a toxic planet. Research final. I also got my topic from National Geographic. It explains how pollution is killing thousands of marine life every year and how you can reduce this type of risk. For example, you can use a fan and fluorescent light bulbs to reduce the chances of global warming because global warming can slowly turn water into acid. Hypothesis. I feel that we need to stop the acidification of the ocean to help save marine life that is there, and more importantly, our planet. How can we do this? Actually, there is a community funding called NRDC, Natural Resource Defense Council, that helps scientists do more research on ocean acidification. They also help remove ocean acid from the oceans. But will they save the world from extinction in time? I hope my idea can work. I want to tell people to join Oceana so they can have help getting rid of pollution from oceans and so they can stop this disaster. Use less fertilizer, don't drop pollution, and use less energy so global warming isn't produced in which it can turn our ocean into acid. Hypothesis Part 2. We can make a difference if we tell people about this ongoing crisis we're fighting. What about our future? Our future might not exist, but it can if we fight back against this crisis. What is taking the life of our planet? Advancement. Here's why. Carbon dioxide is thrown into the air from radiation systems. Boats that carry oil have dropped oil into the ocean on accident. Experiment. My experiment is to see if our ocean can have a difference between ocean acidification, water pollution, and marine life dying from acidification and pollution. I want to help educate people about this ongoing disaster so we can save our species by keeping our water clean. I plan on designing a poster that will be presented in the walls of the school. This will help reach out to the entire school so they can learn about this topic and so they can spread this topic so everybody can help our species. Hopefully this catches your attention. Analysis. I've learned that a lot of pollution is thrown into our water supply, making our planet intoxicated, and marine life is dying because of these conditions. Even common fish are drawn back, causing major habitat damage in our oceans. Why is this happening? The most common cause is waste and toxic being drawn into the ocean. However, a less common cause is oil spills. The worst oil spill happened during the Gulf War. About 380 to 520 million gallons were thrown into the ocean. However, it wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate. This happened in 1991. It is not known how much sea life was killed. All we know is millions. Deepwater Horizon spill. What was the Deepwater Horizon spill? This event has taken place in a movie called Deepwater Horizon. 11 went missing and were never found. Two of them, however, survived, but sadly, their organs were affected with the oil and eventually they died. The company had agreed to pay $18.7 billion to fix this. The spill hosts 8,332 species, including 1,270 fish, 604 polychaetes, 1,456 mollusks, 216 birds, 1,503 crustaceans, 4 sea turtles, and 29 marine mammals. 206 million gallons of oil were dumped into the ocean. 48,000 people were paid to fix the spill, and there is still some to this day. As you can see in these photos, these are some photos of the spill. Before we move on, here are some extra facts. Enjoy the Yellow River. Did you know the Yellow River is called that because of the amount of pollution in the river that is dumped from China, in which that what gives the color of the river? The Yellow River is aka the China Sorrow because of the amount of pollution it has and the accidents, the tsunamis China has had over the years because of the river. What will happen to us if we had no water? Everything on the planet would dehydrate, even us. We wouldn't be able to take a shower, so we would smell bad. We would have no food since everything needs water to survive. Our planet would turn into a desert. Since the ocean controls our temperature, we could probably suffer from extreme temperatures. Since our body is mostly adapted to water, our own organs would change in size and shape. We would even have to suffer waterborne diseases such as diarrhea, cholera, giardia, and even brain pneumonia. What can happen to us in the future? We will be dead. Here's why. Dame Ellen MacArthur is an advocate for water pollution. However, she needs our help. She predicts that by 2030 we will have double pollution. In 2050 that will double again. Here's something you should really worry about. Since 1964, we have 20 times the pollution. 8 metric tons of plastic is thrown into the ocean. That is equivalent to one dump truck every minute. Now this is something very serious. You know how Atlantic has been sunken under the ocean? Well, we can end up there one day too. Why? Garbage is causing climate change in the ocean, which means our ocean is rising. But the real deal is this: diseases. The garbage we throw is making cholera, brain pneumonia, polio, and releasing parasites. Conclusion. What would happen if you followed my advice? If you can follow my advice, our future can have a better success. Our oceans would have helped stopping pollution and water acidification. Even marine life would have helped to stop dying out. Is it possible for us to fix this right now? What do you think? The war against toxicity and crisis isn't over just yet. We have to save we have time to save our planet. We have time for the fight against pollution and acidification. There is always time for crises that we're suffering right now. Thanks for watching.